Hi, welcome everybody, welcome. I will let you know about me. I'm JPO. I'm the owner and artist of the Purple Posy. I'm a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I am a brand ambassador for Would You Been Moldings, and I'm a business coach and a creative mentor for my private membership group, Painting Over Borders. It's all about me. Guys, let me know about you. So the whole plan is we're gonna mix sea spray with terracotta, Florida orange, what is this? Well, Colonel Mustard, dropping stuff. And then we're gonna sand it back, or no, we're gonna paint it with caviar, we're gonna sand it back, and then I'm gonna put the sunflower transfer on it. From the new Bells and Whistles line, sunflower transfer, pretty. Comes with 4 sheets there. You can add this to your paint. It thickens up your paint. It makes it like, it makes it thicker, and you can use it for, you can use it for re-stenciling if you want, but basically this is just, I'm gonna use it as like a chippy, kind of like weathered, distressed type of look. You can put as much or as little in as you want, not as much, but you know what I mean. You can make it super thick, you can just make it a little bit thick. Really just depends on the look you're going for. We're gonna start with, what color are we gonna start with? Let's start with Colonel Mustard. So the majority of the transfer, is yellow. It's the sunflowers. So let's start with the Colonel Mustard. We'll layer the oranges over that. All right, Colonel Mustard, beautiful bright yellow color. And I'm just going to mix it up on a plate. I don't know how much I'm gonna need, so I'm just gonna mix it up on a plate. We're gonna go with that much, because that's what came out. Yeah. I need a stir stick. These little burnishing sticks that come with your transfers, don't ever throw them away, because they come in so handy for all these different things. Now, let's see if I can do this without dropping and spilling a bunch of stuff. Now I'm gonna get my sea spray. Your sea spray comes in powder form with a little scoop. And so this is how much I have on my plate. And I'm just gonna start with, what is that, like a half a scoop? Just a half a scoop. I'm just gonna dump it on my plate, stir it up. Stir it up. Good morning. So Dixie Belle is on here. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. They can answer them for you, or I will come back and answer them when I am done with the live. So I've got too much sea spray, not enough paint. Gonna add a little bit more. Whoa, that was too much. Way to go. Way to go. So you can make this like a cookie batter or brownie batter type consistency. You can make it like, I don't know, super thick. You can add as much as you want. I would not recommend using one of your good synthetic brushes for this. I'm going to be using a chip brush today, so I can just throw it out. You don't want to rinse sea spray down your drain, and it will ruin your synthetic brushes. Just to let you know right now. All right, so this is pretty much, so this is about the thickness that we're working with right there. All right, I'm gonna wipe that off. Throw that down. I just threw that in my paint, so that's fantastic. It's already gonna be one of those days, I can tell. I'm always a hot mess. Texture additive. All right, let me get y'all in view here. You don't need to see me. All right, so this is just one of the cheap chip brushes that are available on Dixie Belle's website. There's a link there for you guys. It will take you directly to the sea spray, but you can use that link to find any of the products that I'm using today, and also find a retailer near you. So since I'm going to be putting a transfer on here, I do want it just a little bit textured in areas, and then a lot of it textured in areas. So I'm gonna go ahead and start just by dabbing it on. That way it creates little peaks. And we're just gonna play with it and see where we go. So this isn't gonna be super duper raised and textured, just a little bit. Because I have a plan for some sunflowers down here, maybe some coming up from the sides and down here. So we're just going to randomly start, and we are going to layer. I'm going to use every bit of this sea spray mixture. We're going to put it somewhere. And I would encourage you, if you're going to be doing something like this, just have fun. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink the placement too terribly much. You can put a transfer over sea spray. It's a little, it can be difficult, but it's doable. Now, if you've got super raised, I mean super textured, it's probably not going to work. This isn't very textured. It's possible though. Gotta have a little patience. Anybody here tried the sea spray? Has anybody here tried it? What do you think? I'm just randomly, I'm not even paying attention where I'm going. And I'll mess with the, figure out the transfer situation later. Because what happens is if I overthink it, I'll end up redoing it, and ain't nobody got time. I'm notorious for like repainting stuff, and I need to stop. I just need to start going with my gut. You know? So this area is going to be, so this is Colonel Mustard. Again, this is Colonel Mustard. And what I did was just try to pull from the actual transfer. She's got, this is for a teacher, and she's just about at retirement age, but this is going to go in her house when she's done. So she showed me the room that it's going in. It's got a lot of oranges and yellows in it, and black. Now you see what it's doing to the brush, and I'm just now getting started. This is why you don't want to use your good synthetic brushes. All right, we're going to come down here a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see. Put a little bit down here. We're going to put some on the corners here. So this is just going to make it, we're going to layer it, and we're going to have to dry a little bit in between. So when I sand back, what's going to happen is just the peaks are going to show. So it's just going to be a little bitty pop of color. It's not going to be anything super crazy. Can you all see? I have a hard time seeing what you guys can see sometimes. Again, I'm not overthinking it. Let's put a little bit up here. Can't see. Using regular chalk or silk? I'm using regular. I actually just did a project though where I used silk with the sea spray on a couple of little like steampunk decor thingies, like a his and her steampunk decor, and the silk worked just as well. I didn't have any trouble whatsoever. And I didn't use a whole lot of sea spray, so I didn't even seal it, honestly, because soap doesn't need to be sealed. And I didn't use a whole lot of sea spray, so I didn't even worry about sealing it. The chunk from your lid, you probably do not want that in there. All right, I think that's good. I made a mess, a really big mess down here. So since I've got the, I'm going to pull the drawers out, and I'm going to blast it with a heat gun. I don't want the drawers to stick, so I'm going to pull them out just a little tiny bit, because there are some areas where it's kind of globbed up. Then we'll shove them back in and we'll keep going with the other color. It doesn't take long for this to dry enough for what we're doing. It won't take long. I want to at least get to the sanding part. You know, get some of that caviar on there and get it sanded a little bit. I don't know. Hey there, Donna. Okay, so I'm going to get a fresh plate. And we will go in with some terracotta. All right, I'm not going to get as much as I did with the kernel mustard, so we'll go about like that. And y'all should see my legs. They're a hot mess already. Arizona, I know Arizona's 2 hours behind us. Right behind me. So this time, since I don't have as much paint, I'll probably do about that much. What is that, like spread out like a quarter of a scoop. I'm going to just wipe off the stick that I already used a little bit. All right, so now we're gonna go in, it's with terracotta. I hate using heat gun live, I'm sorry. All right. Okay. Now, Florida orange. Look at how pretty and bright that is. It's a pretty color, right? I love it. One last little application of sea spray. We're running out of time already. My son started summer band today, 8 to 4 for 2 weeks. It's crazy, but I gotta pick him up for lunch. All right, I'm using a little bit more of the Florida orange. I have found that Florida orange is a little bit thinner in consistency for some reason. I don't know why, but it is a little bit thinner. And so, it reminds you of pumpkin soup. I don't think I've ever had pumpkin soup. Oh, you mean the color, the terracotta on there? I could see that, yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to use about the same amount, like 1/4 of a cup. And this baby here. Caviar. Richest black color in the chalk mineral line. Let's get a thin layer on here. Rub a sanding sponge over it and see what we get. And I'll bring y'all in closer for this portion. My thing is wobbly. Okay, so for this, I'm going to use a flat mini. These are my go-to brushes. If you watch me paint, you know, like I'm obsessed with the flat minis. Before I paint, I always mist my brush a little bit. Not soaking wet, just a little bit. It's not dripping, it's just damp, okay? Then we're gonna go in and let's do this. Let's see what it looks like. This is gonna be pretty, I feel. I'm just gonna focus on this one little section. I don't know, I might could get away with just one coat since it's gonna be what's it called? Kind of distressed looking anyways. Make sure the wood's covered up though. That raw wood will probably soak up that paint real well. Pretty thirsty. The good news is I got fans going and this is a pretty thin layer, so when I heat gun it, it should not take long at all. And then I'll let y'all go about your business. Y'all can go finish painting or doing whatever. If you're like me, you'll be a taxi cab after this with school starting. I can't get over that. So I'm doing this to get in the recessed areas. All right. Y'all in close, super close. How about that? Does that work? Okay. All right, so then all you do, see it's still a little bit wet, but all you do is you take your little sanding sponge. You can go with a higher grit if you want, but you see that start to pop through? Those colors, that Florida orange is beautiful. It is still a little bit wet, but you get the general idea. You could use, you know, one of the rad pads in medium if you want to super, super distressed. You want to bring out the colors like big time. These sanding sponges are the equivalent of like 240 grit. But that's exactly what I'm looking for. I just want something cool and funky. You know, I didn't want just straight black with a transfer on it. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. That piece was a little bit wet, and these two pieces were a little bit wet, so more came off, but that's okay. It just adds to the character of it. Okay, and I'll bring you in closer so you can see the texture as well. You can see it from the side here. There we go. Look at all that yummy texture. Delicious, right? All right, so like I said, I'm going to check with her and see when she's got to have it back. If I can wait until next week to work on it some more with you guys, I will. Otherwise, I will record videos and it'll be on my blog. I will make a blog for this. The transfer I'm going to be using is a sunflower transfer. I'm probably going to use these kind of down at the bottom of the piece. And then my ultimate goal was, you know, to use these kind of at the bottom, maybe a little bouquet or something coming out the center. She's got bouquets of sunflowers all over the room it's going in. And then maybe some, you know, coming down and, you know, up the side here. These transfers, I will tell you, they are so amazing. If I wanted to wrap one, which I've done this on a piece of furniture and on decor as well. If I wanted to start here and make it wrap around up like that, it's totally doable. They take these corners like a champ. And then all I'll do is on the drawer parts, I'll apply it, you know, with the drawers in. Then I'll just take like a little X-Acto knife or something and just cut it right there so the drawers can open and shut. And that's all there is to it. Okay? All right, well, you guys use that link. Find you a local retailer, or you can order the products from me, and it helps my small business. It'll come right to your door. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And I'll be here next week. Y'all join me next week, and we'll work on this some more, hopefully. Okay? Y'all have a great Monday, and I'll see y'all next week. Do the transfer with you? I'm going to try. I'm going to get with her. If not, it'll be on my blog. And if you're on my page, you'll see the final reveal on Facebook and stuff, okay? All right, see y'all next time. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. Also, I typically put out a blog to show how I finish these pieces of furniture. If you head on over to my website, thepurpleposy.com, and sign up for the mailing list, you'll get notified when those blogs are posted as well.